Do you like wise owls as much as I do? I love wise owls. I love the thought of wisdom, and I kind of want to bring that into my Thanksgiving celebration. Not to mention, owls are the right color. They're very fall-like in color. So I just started with a styrofoam ball. The belly is an SOS pad with like a Brillo pad, but a copper one because I want to get a pop of color. And I just kind of pull it apart a little bit so it gets flat. And with a little hot glue, I'm going to put that pad right in the center of my styrofoam ball. Now for the feathers, I found this inexpensive pleather that has a little bit of texture to it, and I just cut them out like a simple leaf and attach with the hot glue at the very tip, and then again it got midway down the feather and work all the way around. It'll probably take about 5 feathers. Then on the top, you're almost going to make a squatty teardrop, and that's going to be his head. With a little hot glue, attach that down and bring it so that the point is right in the center of his eyes, because you know that's what owls, they have that point right there. Now for the eyeballs, you want to create a figure 8. So I just folded my piece of felt in half, cut out a half circle but kept it connected there, and you get goggles. And hot glue that right just under the tip of where you attached his head. And hot glue it there, and then for the nose, just take a triangle of that pleather and stick it right under the goggles of where you put the eyes. And then take a couple of googly eyes, hot glue them right in the center of that figure 8, so you have little eyeballs. And then for the ears, just take a couple of triangles, little tiny triangles, hot glue them together in the center so it kind of comes to a point, but that they come together, and you tuck those right under the piece of pleather that creates the owl's head. And you've got a wise owl. Remember, life, it's better homemade. I think it's great if you have a kid's table, but you treat it like a grown-up's table. You don't just let kids scatter, you give them place cards. But it's kind of fun also, especially if you're mixing up and you have friends' kids and some kids who don't know each other. On the back side of the place card, write a few questions that they can ask each other and get each other talking and have some fun. 3 of my favorite things: straw, slate, and wood. So I kind of combined all of them for this kind of fall, festive, harvest, playful place card. I found these little miniature bales of hay. Don't kids love anything in miniature? It's like doll-like. I'm gonna just place them on top of a piece of slate. To write the names on, you can get thin pieces of balsa wood at just about any craft supply store. And you don't even need to cut it. I think it looks good kind of rustic, so I just kind of break it up. And on one side, I write the child's name, and on the other side, ask some questions. Think about what you like to be asked when you were a kid. You know, what's your favorite animal? What's your favorite color? And why? And if you were an animal, which one would you be? And this one's for Ella. What's your best toy?
My bunny that I sleep with.
Does your bunny have a name?
Yeah.
What is it? Bunny! But you gotta treat the kids' table like the grown-ups' table. And if the grown-ups are gonna have assigned seating, then allow the younger guests to feel like they have a place at the table, like you thought about them and you knew where you wanted them to be. It's a really nice way to welcome them. Life is better homemade. The thing about the holidays in general is that everybody comes together, and where everybody's going to sit, well, that can sometimes be kind of tricky. So I never like to leave it up to chance. Due to the season, I have to get some of the beauty of these fall leaves into my table, and I'm going to do that with a place setting. I drink a little bit of wine around here, so I have some corks, and we're always trying to come up with new things to do. Wine, place cards, wine corks, yes. And to get the corks to stand up, you just take a little hot glue and hot glue a penny to the bottom of it. That is going to help this from not falling over. With an awl, put a hole right in the center of the cork, and that's when you're going to pick a feather. And I've chosen kind of a selection of natural feathers to kind of go with this whole outdoorsy, woodsy Thanksgiving thing that I want to recreate. And I just stick the feather in and maybe a couple of other small ones. The name really has to pop. You want it to kind of stand out. And to do that, get a bright colored leaf. Sarah, can the wind blow you in? I need a gold pen.
Gotta give it a shake.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what's great about this red leaf?
No.
It's dark and the gold pen's gonna show up on it. Oh yeah. Do you want to come to Thanksgiving at my house?
Yeah, put my name down.
You got it. I love these gold pens. You might just secure it with a little dab. It's time to lock and load, Sarah.
That will do you.
Ever so slightly. See how that penny holds it down even when the wind blows? Where people sit, well, that's kind of where they're creating the memories. You want to kind of be the ringmaster. I mean, if you want someone to laugh, sit them next to Bill. If you want someone to grow a little bit, sit them next to a little kid. Mix it up. Have some fun. Make sure everybody knows where they're going to sit. Life is so much better homemade. I know you know what I'm talking about. You're gonna have a big holiday celebration or a birthday celebration. Everybody's coming. Can't put Aunt Sally next to Uncle Bill. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna solve it? A place card. I wanted something kind of fun, something kind of festive, something kind of glimmery. I think I was so excited about making it that I broke a plate. Everybody breaks a plate every now and again. How fun to take the bits of them, sand the sides with some thick sandpaper, and your glass is nice and smooth. But to make my names really pop, I took some other bits of glass and just did a quick spray paint over them. I'm just taking a simple piece of wax paper and with kind of a fancy gold pen, write your name. You want to put the blue piece down first and the clear glass like so. Not sure where to seat anybody? Solve it with a simple place card.